Hey Crafty Friends, this is Jen from Katad and Crafts. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm participating in a card hop called What Inkspires You? This hop is being organized by Courtney Kreeber, who just started her own online publication, Create and Inkspire, and I'm going to be talking a little bit further into the video about her mission for this new online publication. Um, she wanted us to talk about what has inspired us to start card making. And I have mentioned this before in past videos that Fawn was definitely what brought me over to the card making world. I had always dabbled in it a little bit, um, but Fawn, when I discovered their videos on YouTube, definitely brought the passion out big time in me. For today's card, I wanted to challenge myself and do a slide card. And so I wanted to use their Slide On Over Maze, which I have not had the chance to use yet. It came out in the spring, but it wasn't that long ago that I actually received it. And this is always a challenge for me doing slide cards. So you'll see, I do struggle a little bit, but hopefully you can learn from my mistakes. And also the stamp sets that I'm using today are Unicorn Picnic and All the Clouds, and those are both from their brand new summer release. To start off today's card, I actually used my stencils that I had previously made from just some die cuts from Lawn Fawn, their cloud stencils, and I just brushed on some tumbled glass oxide ink, and it got a little heavy there in the middle, and I wasn't totally satisfied with that. I tried to blend it out a little bit, but as I've said before, is there's no mistakes in card making, and I make it work, and it actually turns out fine in the end. For my background panel, I selected a few sheets from the Really Rainbow 6x6 Petite Paper Pack, and I decided from the ones my favorites which one I wanted, which was that one that had several different rainbows on it. And I went ahead and just cut that down to a 4¼ by 5½, so it would fit on an A2 card. My card panel that I cut the maze out of is 4 inches by 5¼ so that will frame it well. Now on to the coloring, which there is a lot of colors involved in this. I had, oh, I should have counted it. I bet close to 50 different Copic markers out all over my desk, and my desk always explodes when I am crafting. And as you can see, I did speed things up during the coloring process, else we would be here for quite a while. I wanted to make lots and lots of rainbows in this. It's one of the first times I've done rainbow unicorn coloring, and it was a lot of fun. And the images are so small that I kind of kept it quite simple. I only did a 2-color marker on the rainbows, one light and one darker, and just blended it back out. So it was pretty simple coloring. So as you watch my speed coloring, let me talk a little bit about Courtney's new endeavor. Every month she's going to be coming out with a card kit on the 15th. So July 15th will be the first card kit that's released, and I'm super excited to see it. And this is what she has on her website, which I think this is a nice mission statement. Create and Inkspire was created with the idea of showcasing crafters of all styles, skill levels, and experience. Inspiration can be found all around us, and who better to inspire us than the people who share the same passion as ourselves? I 100% agree with that statement, and I love our little crafty community. It's welcomed me with open arms, and I've made some friends, and I absolutely love it. So anyway, I would love for everybody to go check out createandinspire.com. I will have it linked below, and I know that you're going to find a lot of creative material and articles and totally get inspired by it. Where I met Courtney was on a Facebook group called Handmade Happiness, and it's a fabulous group of supportive crafters. And if you are a crafter and haven't discovered that, I would definitely go check out Handmade Happiness on Facebook. I think that you'd be pleasantly surprised. I've found so many creative people to follow on YouTube and Instagram. It's just been a great fit for me, and I know it can be for everybody else as well. Okay, back to my love of Lawn Fawn. What is there not to love about Lawn Fawn? They have so many awesome sets, all their little critters, plus they're interactive things like this slide on die cut. There's just so many. There's their flippin' awesome. I mean, there's just numerous amount of interactive die cuts that they have to make awesome cards. Stuff that I've never seen on the market before until I've discovered Lawn Fawn. Even like a lot of their Stitch stuff, I had never seen any of that. And so, that's why I guess because I was a newbie to card making, and that's it grabbed my attention. And I've told this story once before, but I will tell it again. Is when I discovered their YouTube channel, I would watch it till all hours of the night, and I'd be in bed, and my husband would be snoring next to me, and I'd pop in some AirPods, and I would watch Lawn Fawn YouTube videos, and then I would start buying. They did their job because I couldn't get enough. And I do host a retreat in the fall and in the spring. And I've been doing that for several years, and it was primarily for scrapbookers. It was a scrapbooking retreat. But once I discovered Lawn Fawn, wow, well, I brought card making to the retreat, and since I've discovered it, I've brought up a lot of card making classes, and most of it does involve Lawn Fawn, and so I've created some other people that have Lawn Fawn um, obsessions. You think that's a good word for it? Are we lawn fawn obsessors? Well, I know I am. I'm actually a part of another group called Lawn Fawn Fans, and we are doing seasonal hops with Lawn Fawn products because we all love them so much. We have one coming out at the end of the month, and you can see if you go, I'll link it at the end of this, and you can see my first Lawn Fawn fan video. Back to today's card. I used from Milk and Cookies Lawn Fawn set, I used the Sentiment Sweet Wishes, and I also used the Sending from All the Clouds. And so I just put Sending Sweet Wishes, and on the inside I put To Brighten Your Day, also from All the Clouds set. And now here comes the trickier part for me. I'm going to use foam tape, and I'm going to double that up by just sticking it onto each other and then adding that around the card. I'm trying to make the channels in order to let the unicorn slide through the maze. And as you can see, I filled it in a little bit too much when I was doing this, and it made it so the channels I couldn't slide my dime through the channels. But here's a little tip is go around the edges with some powder, and then your dime doesn't stick, or whatever you use, a dime, a penny. You can buy some sliders as well. I'm just using a dime. Um, so that you can see right here, I'm testing it a little bit, and then I'm realizing that it's not going to really work. So I had to go back to the drawing board, but it wasn't so bad. I just used my X-Acto knife. I tried not to touch the stick as much, so I didn't use my finger oils, didn't wear off the sticky of the foam tape. And I don't show you the whole process, but you can see it's really easy actually to slice right through that and then just peel it off. I didn't damage the front of my card at all. And then I got that finally working. And now I'm just going to stick on the whole foamed up card panel. And like I said, I doubled that so you have some more room. And I'm going to work on that, and then it slid out a little bit, so I just went around and made sure that I got all those edges really adhered well. And you can see now that my dime is sliding right through. So I just had to use the X-Acto knife, and like I said, I did call it a mistake at the beginning of the video, but really there are no mistakes. You just have to come up with a solution. And so that was my solution. I just used my X-Acto knife. And now I just did discover that my unicorn has to turn a little bit in order to go. So she's turning just slightly in order to go up and down those channels. Yeah, it's not perfect, but hey, I like it. My son has been playing with it. He finds it fun, and he likes the interactive. He gets really excited when I do any of this type of card that has some sort of interaction in it, and he always asks if he can slide it or open it and pull it, push it, whatever it needs or whatever it does. So now I'm just decorating my card. And I didn't mention before, I cut out all my images after I colored them on my Scan and Cut, my brother's Scan and Cut. I love that machine. I use it quite often, and I do still sometimes buy some coordinating dies when I think it works better with the dies than it does with the images, but I do like that. So now I'm just going to adhere it with some liquid glue because that gives it a little bit of forgiveness if you don't get it quite right. I always like to use my liquid glue. As you can see, when I put the foam on the bottom and I realized I couldn't use the channel, I did tear the paper a little bit, but I put it directly back on where I had lifted it off, so it didn't matter. All the tears were covered up. So another little mistake that was easy to fix. And putting that little fairy, I just thought needed a little something in there, and I liked that. This set is wicked cute, and there's lots of stuff you can do with it for sure. And here we go with I'm stamping to brighten your day. I thought that would be nice. And now I'm going to decorate the inside of the card. I had a lot of images left over. I wasn't exactly sure when I started doing it how I was going to, or which images I would exactly use. So I had plenty left over, and it actually really made the inside of the card look really nice, in my opinion at least. Oh, there we go. And then the one little added touch once I adhere all this down is I'm going to put a little smiley face onto that cloud. Well, I certainly hope that I inspired some of you today, and you either have the love of Lawn Fawn like I do, or maybe you'll find a love of Lawn Fawn. They really do have some amazing products. And also remember to check out Courtney's new publication, Create and Inkspire. And again, I will have that linked below. And I really appreciate Courtney having me as part of this hop today. I'm in some pretty amazing company, and this creating crafty community is the best. It really is. And to finish off my card, I'm just simply adhering my card panel to my card base. And my house has gotten really noisy behind us, so I apologize. I've got 5 kids here and a husband and 5 animals. Again, thank you very much to Courtney. I appreciate it. And please subscribe and like below. And of course, leave me some comments. I always love to see your comments. And check out my Instagram and my blog at Katahdin Crafts. And I really appreciate everybody stopping in and checking out this video. Take care. Happy crafting.